Good afternoon, TNT Super Fantastic Family. Today is Wednesday, Hump Day, April 10, 2019. Yours truly, Raymond 98 here, along with.
Hey, good morning, TNT. All right, we're back. It's Wednesday, and I got a little bit to tell you. Some good, some bad, some indifferent. But let's start with asking Ray a question. So, is there new numbers for people to call?
Yes, they're new numbers.
Okay. I have to ask
Get
Ray
them when they
y'all
dial in.
know. Oh,
I take it somebody must have called you and asked you, is there a new number, even though they heard the recording say the number has changed, and this is the new number. But anyway, be that as it may.
no. They texted me and said, I'm in on the new number, but my husband is getting all circuits are busy. So what are the other new backup numbers? So I didn't know we had any backup numbers.
No, we don't have any backup numbers. We have main numbers that all two numbers have changed. Well, three, including the playback. All three of those have changed. But for the next 10 days, when someone dials in, it will tell them the new number. And somewhere between now and the next 10 days, and we might wait till the 11th day, we get our website guy to change it on the website. No, just kidding. I'm going to do it this evening.
Okay. Now we got that out the way, huh?
But it will tell people for the next 9 or 10 days the number has changed and give them the new number.
All right.
And we will have it
posted
on the website, the new contact numbers.
So no need for anybody to be freaking out. All right. So did we do any blasts? Any info out? Anything
no, nothing went out.
We just started? Nothing went out. Okay, nothing went out because there was nothing to say? All right, guys.
Well, yeah.
Oh, good.
Okay, we'll go with that.
All right. So when we left you guys, we were waiting for a phone call. The bank was having a meeting. They were talking about the Zim. Are they going to do it or they're not going to do it? Well, two different banks, two major banks, both had meetings. They both were doing some training and instructions to their people, and they both said they were going to take the Zim and take the 6 zeros off. Now, I didn't say that with a whole lot of excitement because our committee member has been absolutely adamant because he is that is not going to happen. That they won't take any notes older than 2016. And he's saying the notes that they're referring to are the new notes that Zimbabwe has right now. So we still don't know. We do know what the bank is saying. Their position has not changed. His position has not changed. As of this morning, they are still saying they're going to take them. Now, why somebody would not correct them at this close, one way or the other, I can't even answer it. I can't even tend them to answer why this late stage in the game they're still bringing their people in, or why they were putting out the information on Monday that the holdup was they were trying to decide if the Zim was going to go or how to do it. But the conclusion so far from the bank meetings has been that it's going, they're going to take the 6 zeros off, and they're going to process us. So this is what I can tell you guys that I know for sure. We've been talking about it. I told you years ago, my treasury contact told me they were going to do the Zim. Things have changed. We've been in this for 10 years. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But I know at least for the last 6 months, or if not the last year, I've been telling you to buy some Dong. To spend $50 a week buying Dong, just in case it doesn't. By this time, at $50 a month, if you spent that, you'd at least have 12 million, because it's been over a year. You'd have 12 million Dong at $56 million. At $2, which it might come out, $24 million, and would have been more than them anyway, and you wouldn't be worried about it. It costs you half the price. So that's all I can really tell you, and I'll tell you again today, I'm not sure. And if the only thing you have is them, you have had plenty of time to come up with $50. And if you haven't, what you need to do right now is look around your house and take something to the pawn shop and get you $50 and go get you a million Zim so you can make some money out of this deal, if that's what you have to do. Okay, just so you wasn't here for nothing. Because we don't know. We don't get to make the rules. We just get to follow the rules. That's all. And right now, they're confused about the rule is. So we better be going in both directions, if you ask me. So, all right. So that's what you guys waiting for. I didn't put it out. We didn't put it out because it's no different than what we were hearing. The two of them contradicting each other. Now, I don't want people getting excited about nothing or getting down about it, because I'm looking on Twitter and some people just can't take this anyway. And they're probably the newest people, you know, who thinks everything's supposed to be done in a day or a week, or they think, you know, somehow Tony still controls it or some craziness like that. So, or, you know, we've been in here for 10 years, they've been in for 10 days, and they think it should be done. I guess you live and learn. So, Ray, we got any good news at all?
Nothing that I can say today.
Can I say it?
If you care to.
So, yes, we got a call from the bank that the rates were locked in and ready to go yesterday. We did get that. I mean, locked in. Final rates were supposedly locked in. We got from our guy, they were locked in at 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. That they were locked in at 4 o'clock yesterday evening. I mean, we had more that were supposed to go. Did I say how many were locked in? Okay.
No,
we had more that were supposed to be locked in throughout the night. And then they were now looking for something to happen between now and Sunday, somewhere in there. That because it didn't get in the Gazette today, could get in the Gazette on Saturday. Well, my guy over there in Kurdistan is saying it needs to be in the Gazette now. That's how it's going to change. And that's what we're waiting for at this point. They resolved the Zim part. So we're going to see. That's where we're at. That don't mean it does. He just said, that's what needs to happen. It could, and the banks could go in front of that because they know when it's going to happen. Everything else supposed to be resolved. They did not do the ministers today, as they said they would. They're not going to do them this week, as they said they would. But they are meeting again on Saturday. So we'll see if they put the names out there and they count it up. So just to go over it, the Zim situation has not changed. The banks are saying they're going to do it. Our committee guy is saying they're not. Just to go over it, rates were arranged on the screens at the bank. They are now locked in on a rate. Yesterday, even at 5 o'clock, some of my bankers were saying, hey, the screens are blank. But higher ups are saying that's because they're locked in and they're ready to go. Overnight, even more of them should have locked in, but the top three that we need, the Dinar, the Dong, and the Zim, were locked in at 4 o'clock yesterday. So we're waiting. Can't possibly be today if the Gazette would need it, because that's well, it's not over. It's just 8 o'clock. Parliament's gone, but it's just 8 o'clock, so it could possibly still be today. I need to take that back. Okay. Matter of fact, I need to change what I just told you guys, because now I'm going to tell you the truth. No, let me see. Hold on. Wait a minute. Let me look at this first.
That was a wrong statement. No,
I know. Well,
now you're going to tell them the rest of the story.
Oh, yeah.
Because you were telling the truth from the beginning. You just didn't tell it all.
Yeah, that is correct. I have. It could be between now and Sunday, because we haven't seen it in the Gazette. But it's not midnight yet. I don't know if the Gazette came out yet today, because it's only 8-something. But they were actually expecting it today. I did not want to say that, because the day is here. And it's not here, but it's not midnight. Things could happen this evening. I do know I am going to go one step further and said that he's going to call back in a couple hours, because he does think something's going to happen. He's going to call back and give us an update in a couple hours. I was trying not to get you guys too excited, but I guess Raymond would do what I had to do, so we'll go with it. All right, Ray.
I was quiet.
Question time.
All right, yeah, let's go to the question. Care says, you already answered number 1, so number 2 from Care. Any word from the mosque?
From the mosque?
Right.
No. They're broadcasting things on television. Nothing from the mosque. We're not really worried about the mosque anymore, guys, because they're putting so much information on TV and actually putting the articles out. But if they get something, we will give it to you.
Okay. Chaplain says, concerning Forex dinar rates climbing and falling, you said that the bank will have one rate each day and that the rate to exchange the dinar wouldn't fluctuate during the day. It would reset for the bank each morning, even if the Forex rate goes up and down during that day. Is this correct?
Okay. Guys, banks set their rates first thing every morning. That's what they do. They don't have on their screen the up and down Forex changing every second, every minute. They set a rate for the day, and that's going to be their opening rate. Few banks, and there are a few of them, who will adjust a morning rate and an evening rate. But your basic Tier 1 banks have one rate all day. So I don't care, if it was $3 at 7 o'clock in the morning, that's their rate for the day. You could be watching on Forex, and the rate can go up to $3.50, $3.67, whatever. They're operating off of that $3 rate. I hope you understand that. So what you want to do is look at the rate in the morning, look and see what Forex does, see if they close at a rate, and know that's what the bank's going to be working with tomorrow morning, and get in there as fast as you can. Okay? All right, what's next?
All right. You kind of answered that, because the next part of that question was, how do I exchange if my dinar climbs to $9? So you got it. TP40 says, everything we see that is happening in the dinar world, what are the key things that make you feel we will be receiving the RV soon? The most reliable and factual intel that you believe?
Well, this is what I look at. The rates have changed in Iraq. I think they verified that in the market and on their cards. Rates have changed in the surrounding countries. They agreed to, and not to where we want them to, but they have changed. Banks are solidly aware of this, and again, doing more meetings like the one they did yesterday and preparing for it. And I feel like my banking sources are reliable people. Our committee is still giving us information, letting us know what's going on. And everybody, especially my guy over in Iraq, which he says, I mean, he really feels we should have already seen it. It should have already been released. But now with everything going, and then the law they just passed, which allows them to pay every citizen, that this should be completed. It could be any day. All that together makes me feel comfortable and that we're finally here. We're just waiting now for something to go into the Gazette to make it official, according to him. Now, the banks may have it official enough, I don't know, or again, because they all think it's going to be today, because that is what they think, which I probably shouldn't have said because there's 3 hours left in the day. It could just pop out. So I should have just left it with Sunday, but anyway.
It won't.
Yeah?
It won't just pop out. So nobody get excited and get carried away.
Okay. That's right. Don't quit your day job. All right, let's go.
It's not happening today. First Cat says, no, Onyx X55. I have been receiving TNT notifications forever. Now I am not receiving it. Well, try resubscribing. I don't know if you did or not because you didn't say that you resubscribed and it's still not working. So that would be the first thing, to resubscribe. Sometimes it drops off out of your phone line service. Text to 40404. If that still works, try that. Follow at THE_TNT_TEAM. Some people are saying that doesn't work now when they do it. And I don't know what else to tell you to do. Then just go to Twitter direct and follow us that way. And then there's some type of filter or something you turn on, put in your telephone number so you can get the text message. That's the best answer I can give you. Also, you can go in the forum because you have forum access, and it can be in the stickies it's in there somewhere. Discussions, intel. I forget what section, but how to subscribe. If you can't find it, go in chat, and they'll help you. They'll tell you where to find it. Okay, First Cat says, I've been a member for 9 years, never called in. All I need is for my ship to come in. Today would be perfect since it is my 76th birthday. Looking forward to meeting you. So I'm going to take that in the form of a question. Is it going to happen today on her 76th birthday? So that way she can
I'm going to take it in the form of...
Q&A.
I'm going to take it in the form of she want to hear the happy birthday song on her birthday.
That's icing, but, you know,
I don't know.
Within the Q&A section, it better be a question.
Yeah.
I wanna wish you a happy birthday. I wanna help you celebrate. I wanna wish you lots of presents. I wanna help you eat your cake. If you party in the island way, you'll be jamming all night till the light of day. Your birthday is your day to shine. Another year and you'll be looking fine. So have a no worries, don't you hesitate. It's time to party, time to celebrate. It's time to celebrate. Yeah.
All right. Happy birthday, First Cat.
Okay, it must be a wonderful, wonderful thing to be 76 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And the changes that you've seen in this world. Okay, hopefully you'll get to see one more this month, so that can be your birthday month anyway. I don't know, guys. Somewhere between today and hopefully Sunday, this thing is all over. I mean, I hope they're right. And, I mean, they're locked in. I know that because we got it from multiple banks and an outside source and a source outside the country who are seeing the same thing. So I'm saying, okay, they're locked in. Now what? No announcement, nothing in the Gazette. 3 hours left, though. We'll see what happens. Okay, Rick?
Okay. Let's see. Dara D, I guess is how that's pronounced, says, after the RV occurs, I plan to explore the U.S. In the past, I have bought bundles of rupiah, dong notes to give to people that I feel are in need during my travels. In your opinion, will these notes still be able to be exchanged in a year or two? Or will the currency no longer be accepted after a certain period of time?
Their currency, unless something happens in their country, as long as they have the same currency, you could exchange it 5 years from now. We've been exchanging dong for years. That is not going to change. Rupiah is not going to change. There's nothing going on over there. So unless their country, all of a sudden, their economy collapses or something and they have to come out with a new currency, yeah, you'll be able to just give them away, which is a great way, guys, if you are concerned about taxes and things like that. I just hand somebody a note and let them go exchange it themselves. And neither one of us have to worry about gift taxes. Instead of trying to give them actual U.S. dollars and transferring it from my bank account and leaving a paper trail or electronic trail, I'll just hand them a note and say, hey, go exchange it. And they got their own money. I guess I wasn't really supposed to tell you guys that. But anyway, okay, go ahead.
Okay, and do you feel that the rates when they revalue will stay pretty much the same for the next few years? The rupiah and dong specifically.
I could see them doing something initially and then staying staying there or inching up as their countries develop. And Vietnam gets more and more business, and China is shipping out, I think it said 1.6 billion jobs, and they're trying to ship them out to Africa, but some of those jobs belong to Vietnam, or that'll give them some other opportunities in their country. So, yeah, I see growth, and that's what the GCR is supposed to do, put everybody back on level playing ground so they can grow. It's not going to be, 10 times or 50 times, or it's not going to be anything like the Dinar is now or like this initial GCR. You're talking about, pennies, nickels, dimes over years for those currencies to go.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right.
Let's see. Elsie says, what can we ask for to be sure an investment person is legit? Is there a website that lists credentials for investment people?
I don't know of a website for investment people. It lists for companies, so you can look up different companies, see what's out there. Then they have the employees, they have their background. I mean, if a guy has a diploma on the wall, sitting on the wall, you can always look that up to see if it's legitimate or not. Did he attend that school? Did he graduate? He take those courses? And you can get all that from out of his bio. And then the other thing is ask him to give you some people that he's already worked with. Okay? And let's hear their story. He's probably going to give you only his best, but those better than nothing. Hear the good stories and wait and see if there's any bad out there. Okay?
All right. Danger Smith says, I would think that in taking a contract rate that the bank will want to control all of our money. Does that eliminate the defensive position of diversification?
I'm sorry, I missed it. Say it again.
It says, I would think that in taking a contract rate that the bank would want to control all of our money. Does that eliminate the defensive position of diversification?
No, the bank's not going to want to control your money. I mean, you're going to set everything up with the bank, any kind of agreements and things that you're doing. So you actually still have control. You're letting them do it. You get to control the amount of time they have your money. You get to decide if you want to agree with the interest rate that they're giving you, everything else. You get to decide what kind of investments they can put your money into. So you still have control of it. They have use of it.
Okay, God's Kid says, I see a need where I would need $1 million in cash post-RV. How does a bank typically handle such requests?
Typically, they call the FBI and say, watch this guy. He's requesting $1 million for something, and we're going to know why. I'm not joking, because they do. They want to know why you need the cash. You can justify them going to get $1 million in cash to hand to you. And people have legitimate reasons, and they do it. If they feel it's not or a suspect, they start an investigation. And that happens a long time before you get $1 million, just so you guys know. They will absolutely do that when you ask for a ridiculous amount of cash. So understand that. They'll give it to you if it's justified, even if it's your money. You have to. They're going to ask you, what are you going to do with $1 million? So, and you really have to say something. I don't care if it's right, wrong, or indifferent. Then they'll tell you the time frame they put together. But believe me, there's some other people going to know you got that $1 million. You're not walking out the bank with $1 million in cash and thinking somebody's not going to know it. And I don't mean somebody on the street. I mean government somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. Jim in KC says, number one, were the banks arguing, this is regarding the Zim decision, were the banks arguing among themselves or with U.S. Treasury? Wouldn't the U.S. Treasury make the final decision regardless of what the banks may want?
Okay. They were trying to decide it wasn't going to go. Now, I don't know if a Treasury agent was involved in the meetings or not. If he was with, 2 different banks at least, or 3. But they were trying to decide how they were going to do it and at what rate it would go. So they were thinking the rate could go as high as, and what I'm hearing, 33 cents. Could be it. Mm-hmm. The Treasury decides if it's good or not, but the Treasury can't make any bank take anything. The bank has to agree to those transactions to be that middleman. They can't force them to do anything. They can say, hey, the Zim is good, and the bank says, I'm not touching it. I'm not involved. And then you have to go direct to the Treasury to get it. So it is a team effort. Now, who's setting the rate would probably be the Treasury, because they're, the final responsibility is to sit in their bank, and they're going to do all the deals with Zimbabwe at whatever the rate they have decided to do.
Okay. If not now, what are the chances of our 2008-2009 Zim being exchanged in the future?
I don't know. If they're not changed right now, I can't answer future. I mean, my crystal ball's a little bit blurry. My ESP is not kind of working right this morning. I can't really go that far into the future to tell you what's going to happen. I can tell you what I would do. The fact that I know a person in the Treasury office told me they were going to be good, I'm holding on to mine, and I'm waiting to see. Now, if they're not good or they're not taking the exempt at this point, I'm still holding on mine because I already paid for them, and I got millions of dollars in Dong come, millions of dollars in Dinar come. Why can't I just set those down and not even worry about it, watch it, and if it happens in a year, 2 years, or 3 years, bring them back out? What I wouldn't do is use them for wallpaper, toilet paper, or let the kids play with them for game money. That's what I wouldn't do. Okay, what's next?
Okay, it continues with, if the Zim has been disqualified, might be, if no decision has been made, was it to keep us, the undeserving, toothless crackheads, from becoming millionaires?
Boy, some people just look for a fight all the time, don't they? For a reason all the time. Man, everything is not about us. What about the global economy, guys? What about the agreement with the U.S. and Africa? What about Zimbabwe? What about their economy collapsing and everything else, and the deal just can't be done at this time? Nobody out there is just targeting us, per se. They don't want us to be billionaires, you're right, and we got it straight from the committee. They don't want that to happen. But people got hundreds of millions or billions dinar and dong, and that part is going to happen anyway. They didn't want the average person to get there. But they're not going to shut down a deal with not only this country, but other countries that were involved just for us. The few of us that it is. Now, it's 8 million or it's 30 million U.S. citizens holding dinar, depending on who you want to believe. But there's not even 500,000 holding Zimbabwe. I can tell you that. So they're not going to give it up for that. All right, go ahead.
Right. Red says, are the lower dinars still being dispersed in Iraq?
I didn't ask them this morning. We know they were trickling out. We know people have been getting them. And guys, again, I've been getting that from our Iraq people and our U.S. people that are over there doing things. Now, I'm not saying U.S. people that are over there visiting on vacation or moved over there and own a local grocery store. I'm talking about our U.S. people who are in positions to know and be involved in it. That some of them are walking around with lower dinars, have seen them, have touched them. Okay, next.
Okay. Tony, do you still have your jet on standby to fly you to the bank?
It will be. As soon as they announce it, it will be. I'm going to make a phone call. I'm going to say I'm ready to go to Texas or wherever I got to go. So I was actually trying to get them to let me go to San Francisco because it was a lot closer, but we'll see what happens when the time comes.
Okay. BJ says today is her birthday also, so happy birthday to BJ. He says, I'm 66, but feel like 40.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
No, we're planning to meet and greet in Raleigh anytime soon. No, not anytime soon. But we might be planning the TNT reception event sometime soon, which is different than the traditional meet and greet. We'll see. Beethoven asked, have the rates ever been locked in before?
I'm pretty sure they have.
Yeah.
Because one time, I tell you guys, we were within 10 minutes. I'm sure they've been locked in before. All right. Mm-hmm. What did you say, Ray?
I said, I remember us even acknowledging that before. That the rates were locked. But anyway. All right, we're going to live callers now. 865 area code. You were first on the list.
Hi, Tony, and hi, Ray. Appreciate the information very much, and happy birthday to First Cat and BJ, as well as all the others who may have this. May this be a great birthday here. I'd like to follow up on that last question, if I may, on being locked in, because you stressed a couple of times, Tony, that the rates were locked in at 4 p.m. yesterday, ready to go. Any sort of window of time frame when the lock-in remains, any risk that it's going to be unlocked anytime soon?
I don't know. All I know is it was locked in yesterday until at 4 p.m., and they actually expected something to happen today.
Okay.
So there's nothing to be up and down, guys. I really didn't want to tell you just for that reason, because I know some people can't take it. Mm-hmm. And we didn't see it in the Gazette, but it's not midnight yet, so we could still see it in the Gazette, and it still could go, I guess. Mm-hmm. Parliament is done for the day, and they don't go back until Saturday. So that's what I look at. But okay.
Okay. And Ray, I heard you saying something to the effect of nothing I can say today, quote unquote. When do you anticipate that you might possibly be able to respond to that?
When the information gets better.
And you're a very perceptive individual, though. Are we looking at any time soon, I would hope?
Oh, yeah, we're still looking any time soon, any day this week.
Okay. Going on to the Gazette issue, the fact that nothing has been in, I'd like a little clarification on that, if I may. Of course, extra, read all about it, things can come out. Have they ever specified that it has to be the print issue of the Gazette, or if it's online, does that qualify for meeting that criteria?
Well, I've never gotten in depth with them because the Gazette is the Gazette, right? I mean, right. USA Today on the internet is still USA Today when you go pick it up at the newsstand. It's the same paper, right?
But I just want to be sure that, we aren't making any sort of assumptions, and it has to be, that the ink is still wet on the paper versus it's coming through translations or kind of garbled on the internet. But with that, things can happen, and like you say, we still have time for today and the like. Okay. There was something that surfaced today that I found interesting, that, we are finding that they have an awful lot of holidays and, celebrations and that sort of thing. They've changed the names of one of their squares where apparently they have a lot of their celebrations and the like, calling it Square Akito. It almost sounds Japanese, that it's Akito, and that celebration holiday started actually on Monday. And they were saying that it's a New Year's Day, that it's a celebration from ancient Assyrian Babylonians, and that it lasts for 12 days. Well, if it starts on the 1st, it lasts until the 12th. How much are they possibly following the Kuwaiti things where, they're doing all their celebrations in 10 days and whatever, and we're really heading into they're having really something to celebrate, because this goes way back 6,000 years or whatever. So, and I just became aware of it earlier today. Are your folks telling you anything about, they're dancing in the streets and feasting and everything else in celebration of this Akito celebration?
No, I haven't heard anything about anybody dancing in the streets, jumping down, or any type of celebration at all. I do know it's supposed to be a holiday, and it's supposed to be celebrated, but they haven't talked about that at all.
Because
I'm going to say it has nothing to do with the RV, because when they call me, that's basically what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess I'm trying to figure out if there's anything that, could come in under the cover of and here they are, they're dancing and everything else with that, and it kind of slips in and but supposedly this is the 6,769th year of the Assyrian calendar, so it goes back a long time, and the like. So, well, whenever. Well, we just hope it's going to be happening 10 days from whenever. Just tell us when it's going to be so that we can do 10 days from this, and this will be for our TNT Super Fantastic or Pay It Forward project. Looking forward to it. And again, thanks so much for all your info. Most appreciated. And have a great day.
All right.
Thanks
Thank
again.
you.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Hey,
Hold on, Ray. Hold on for a second.
All right.
Let me see. All right, guys. So I was driving down the street, and I was thinking, because I often do that when I drive down the street. My wife had told me about Payless, and all the Payless shoe stores were closing. So she went into one of them, and they had shoes in there as low as $6 for a pair of shoes. So I thought what I could do right now without the RV was go into Payless stores here where they're selling shoes for $6 a pair, $10 a pair, everything else. And I could buy 10 or 20 pair of shoes and take them down to the homeless and just give them away. And they could have some brand new shoes to wear. I mean, when we do our TNT thing, 10 days after, that's going to be a wonderful thing. It's going to be a global thing. But right now, for a pair of shoes for $6 or $10, even if you just bought one or two and handed them to a homeless person while you can, would be a great thing to do. That's what I'm doing, anyway. All right, go ahead. She just made me think about the TNT thing. But actually, that's what I'm doing this weekend. We're doing that. All right, go ahead, Ray.
Okay, 805 area code.
Hey, good morning, guys. Good afternoon, Ray. Question for you about what happened, or you talked about on Monday. A lady had her deed paid off, which would be great in everyone's situation. But it got me thinking about the overall concept of what's going to happen after the RV. And in Iraq, I was under the understanding that, the price of bread would go down and et cetera. Will, not just in the normal ebb and flow, but in because of this, will this affect real estate in a great degree in the United States? In other words, if you have a house now that's, $1.5 million or $2 million or $4 million, like you, Tony, in Sacramento, is it going to be worth less?
No, it's going to be worth more. You know why?
Okay,
the RV itself is not going to affect the real estate market. Not going to affect the price of the house. What will happen, and I was talking to somebody yesterday, and you guys better be aware of this and be ready for it. The real estate market is already climbing right now. So there's going to be another bubble. But you're going to help that bubble. Because what's going to happen, like here in Sacramento, there's only so many luxury homes. But there's going to be 50 new millionaires or 100 new millionaires and 50 new multimillionaires and 5 or 6 new billionaires all vying for the same property. Which means what? There's going to be a bidding war, which means the prices are going to go up, or first come, first serve. But the same thing is going to happen at every other level, because somebody just got $500,000 or $600,000, and they put it in their savings, and now they qualify for that house over there, that house over there. And believe me, real estate's going to go up. But not only real estate, the automobile industry is going to go crazy. Because those who can buy new cars will, and those who can't will buy new used cars. But all of it's going to go up. and it's going to cause every other price to go up when it does. Know that will happen.
That's what I thought. The other is a real simple question, and I guess address it to Ray. BMO Harris Bank, is it considered a Tier 1 or a Tier 2 bank?
I don't know, but you can call them and ask. Or you can go online and just look at the whole list of Tier 1 banks. Do a Google search on Tier 1 bank. It'll show you a whole list of them.
Yeah, they're number 27. I went online. They were number 27 in the United States as far as size. And I just was wondering if, just a question.
Who is it? What's the name of the bank?
BMO Harris, Bank of Montreal Harris Bank in the United States. It's out of Chicago.
Never heard of it. Never heard of it.
Yeah. It only operates in, like, where I'm living now, in Arizona, and then, of course, Illinois and I think Wisconsin. About 7 states, 8 states. That's why I asked. Other than that, I really look forward to meeting you guys in Vegas. Again, as always, I thank you for your knowledge and help and your, as demonstrated in your last statement, Tony and Ray, your generosity. It's exemplary and something that everyone should follow. Thanks very much and have a great day.
All right, sir. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, sir.
610 area code, you're on.
Hey, good afternoon, Ray, and good morning, Tony. It's G-Man in PA.
Hey, sir.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Very well, Tony, and you?
I'm super fantastic, my friend.
All right. Well, it's another dynamite day here in the USA, ladies and gentlemen. And in order to keep this information superstation on the air, donations are needed. For those of you who are new to the call and those of you who didn't know, all these calls and all the means of communication that Ray and Tony use to keep us informed need to be paid for. And it's up to all of us out here in the currency community to make donations in order to help pay for the calls. You can help by going to www.TNTSUPERFANTASTIC.com, clicking on that red donate button, and when you do, the name and address will come up to where you can send your check or money order made payable to Raymond Renfrow, P.O. Box 1748, Elm City. That's just like the tree. Elm City, North Carolina, 27822. And for those of you who would like to donate electronically, the Cash App is available on the donation page. And if you're already familiar with and utilizing the Cash App, you can go to $TNT SUPERFANTASTIC, and you'll be able to make your donation electronically. And when you're sending in your donations, ladies and gentlemen, please remember to include your phone number. Get easier for Ray to track the donations as they come in. Remember to do it today, ladies and gentlemen. You'll be very, very glad you did. Ray and Tony, thank you for all you continue to do for us out here in the currency community. Thank you to both of your families for sharing you with us. Thank you to those 13 task force members. They're still out there making sure that the bankers and meeting facilities will be available for us post-RV. And I'll close out with Vegas, Vegas, Vegas. Verification, negotiation, diversification, protect your principal, and rally, 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 so I can come join you and enjoy some of that good home-style North Carolina barbecue. Thank you, gentlemen. Make it a dynamite day.
All right, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Wait, I got a question first. Hold on.
Okay.
Before you go, how long did it take you to come up with all that?
Well, I thought about it, Tony, and just wrote it down and practiced it, and it comes to me second nature as I'm out here doing what I do.
I can tell it does. Thank you, sir. We really, really appreciate it. All right. All right. Okay, Ray.
303 area code, you are on.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Hey, good morning.
Morning. Hey, I was real excited. I was going to relay a story first. When not really excited because my mother passed away and my father had already passed away, but we went in the safety deposit box, and there was a bunch of Circle K stocks in there. And, of course, those were bonds. And we got all excited because we thought we had a bunch of money. And come to find out, we went to go redeem those, much like the Zim, I think. And they were no good because they went bankrupt. So the authority in the courts in that case had, redone all the assets and liabilities of the business, and, the stockholders were left with nothing. And, yet we still had the paper sitting in the safety deposit box. So, anyway, anybody would like to buy some, I hear it's going to go as part of the GCR. They're going to reset all those corporations that have gone belly up, and so I got them for sale if anybody wants them. Anyway, the point being, we're still in a high-risk investment, and we don't know anything really until it goes and if it goes.
Well, let me tell you this. This is what we do know. We do know that statement that you made about them resetting all those corporations once the GCR happens or the RV is absolutely 100% BS. And if somebody is telling you that, it's absolutely 100% BS. What are they going to how are they going to justify bringing corporations back from bankruptcy and everything else that has been settled for years because you just made a couple $1 million?
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. That's why I don't think the Zim will go either, because the authority in the Zim extinguished it, and so they've done everything legal to get rid of it. And the problem would be if they had a bunch more cash that was under their responsibility, they wouldn't be Basel compliant. So it doesn't even make sense that they could ever do it. I mean, it makes sense that they could revalue the Zim they already have to the value of the assets that they have, but they wouldn't add more cash, especially when you have so many zeros on it. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, we'll see what happens. That's all I can really tell you. It came from the Treasury. It was a deal the U.S. made with Zimbabwe at the time, agreement they had. I guess this administration is where it changed. They didn't think it was good enough. It was the right deal. And Zimbabwe's new president said he couldn't live with it. And, the conversations go. So we're going to see if it goes or not. The banks still think it is. My guy thinks, the agreement wasn't good enough. It's not going to happen. So we'll see what happens.
Anyway, my actual question was don't you think we have to see something on deletion of the zeros? As we've talked about this before, parts of it, but don't we have to see a law be revealed either right at or before the revalue? Because they got to reduce their money supply in Iraq, and so we have to see that, because they can't do it after the fact. They can't do it a day after the RV, because somebody has $1 million, they'd be like, sorry, now you only have $1,000. So they
first of all, they have been doing that for years. For years, they've been pulling the 3-0 notes off the street. They have over 80%, close to 90% of them off the street. For years, they've been telling the people that the 3-0 notes, once it's dropped, will equal the same as the 25 note. They've been educating them on that for years.
Right, but what you just said doesn't delete the money supply. It only deletes the currency, because the money supply just goes digital. And so they got to cut the zeros off of the money supply, which means that everybody's accounts and all the contracts and everything, they're going to have to cut those zeros off there. So, so they take the currency off the street, because that's our hope, is that the actual currency ends up having an appreciation in value. But for those in in Iraq, when the deletion of the zeros is, their accounts, their contracts, their wages, everything has to be cut by 3 zeros, or they'll be in a hyperinflation mode with the new value.
You're right, and I'm sure, as we know, our contractor has already been notified of that. They've already been educating them on how they're going to pay once this happens.
Right. So, but they have to do that. I mean, that law has to be revealed to the people.
Well, we don't know that it isn't already done in the education and things that they are telling them.
Well, then, but that would imply that the fills would have to be in existence, because then it would, if I'm making 1,000 dinar an hour, and you tell me if the deletion of the zeros is done, then I'm only making 1 dinar an hour, but a roll of toilet paper costs 1,000 dinar. Everybody goes bankrupt. So, there's a domino effect.
Okay, so that's not going to happen because you're not listening to what we've been saying. First of all, there are fields with the lower dinars because you're going to need them when it happens. They've already started changing the rates in the market, and yes, everything will adjust accordingly. Now, because you don't know, you haven't read every document, you haven't seen all the education on TV, you don't know what they're being briefed on for the last 3 or 4 years, everything. The country itself is prepared for this. They know what's going to happen, and they'll know how to deal with it.
Yeah, but I'm just saying they may be reducing some prices on things, but the big switch has to happen all at once in a law, or it'll topple. I mean, we talked about that before. We know because
okay, I agree with you. We know how it's going to work, but I don't have time to go through it again and again and again. They have it under control. It will be announced at that time. It's going to work out just fine. Okay.
No.
All right. Thanks.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right, yeah. We can't beat a dead horse. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
972. You're on.
Hey, fellas.
972.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah.
All
Morning.
right. Danny in Dallas, waiting patiently.
All right. How's the car lot?
Well, I'm tickled about it. The rates being locked in. I'm out on a job in the country in the shade right now, but the first thing that I was asked when I got back to the job site, rates are locked in. Good. What are they? And I don't remember you saying what they were.
Because I didn't say.
I thought that was the case. Can you say?
Nope.
Okay. All right, on to the next call. Danny and Dallas out.
All right. I would love to tell you, but they didn't tell me. So.
No, well, that's fine. We've over this transition period, we have been paying attention. We've seen them rise. We've seen them get a little crazy, and then with the contract price extremely crazy. So I'm not terribly concerned about it, but I do have some dong, and I've heard wide rates on that from your 47 cents. And I think I may have even picked up something higher than $2 before, $2.20, $2.23, something like that. And then from other sources that I don't have any reliance on, up to $4. So, if you had access to locked-in rate amounts or you had knowledge of higher rates on the dong than you've established lately, that would be an interesting planning scenario there.
Why? What would you do?
Well,
what would you
I
do?
would do this. Yeah. I may go buy some more because they're not. It's not declared yet. I get paid on Friday. Maybe I could get a bonus or not. You don't call it a bonus when you get it ahead of time, do you?
It's called an advance.
Yeah.
Advance. But let me tell you this. If I
tell
told you it's going to be at $4 today, I said, the rate's going to be at $4.
Yeah.
And you would do everything you could to go get some more, wouldn't you?
I would.
Okay. So I'm going to tell you what. The rate's going to be at 47 cents. You should go do everything you can to get more. Because it still counts. Okay? I don't know what difference the rate makes. Just get more. It's more dollars.
Well, you're absolutely right. I don't know what I was thinking. Thanks for bringing me back to reality. If we can call this reality. I tell you what. Okay, fellas. Thanks again. Have a good day. See ya.
Okay.
All right,
423 area code. You're on.
That was funny when he said, "Thanks for bringing us back to reality. If we can call this reality."
Yes.
Oh my Lord.
You're right.
The Gazette, does it usually have a time during the day that it is published, or not? Does it vary?
I don't know. But I know it has been published late at night, though, before. So I don't know what the normal every, Wednesday time is. But it has come out even after 11 o'clock before. So.
Well, do they ever do a special edition, like not on Wednesday, not on Saturday?
I don't know. I talked about that last call. That could be their plan.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. In other words, if it didn't happen in the Gazette today, it doesn't necessarily mean it has to wait till Saturday, because they could do a special edition.
It doesn't, because we don't know. They could do anything. Yeah, they could come out with a special edition just to surprise all of us. I don't know. Or it could come out on Saturday. All I know is, he feels that the rate change should be in the Gazette to make it law.
Okay. That sounds good. If it happens Saturday, my husband's heading out of town on Sunday, and he'll be out of town for a week. If we're not going to be the contract rate, which we're not, then, and the first mouse, second mouse, third mouse, do you think waiting a week to do an appointment is too long? Or do you think that's a reasonable amount of time to think about waiting to do our exchange?
Ordinarily, I would think it would be fine, myself, waiting a week, because you're not trying to get the contract rate, so you're not worried about that. But it all depends on how fast it goes up when it's going to start coming down. Because if it starts peaking, at $16 just because the old CBI governor, what's his name? Can't think of his name right now. He said they could do $16. So I couldn't see it going over that. But it may peak at $12. So I don't know. It depends on how fast it takes to get up there where it's stagnant. Is that going to be 3 days, 5 days, 7 days? I don't know. But if I were you, and he's gone for a week, I'd just go ahead and get my money. When he comes back, the house will be empty. And it's easy to No, I'm just joking.
What? No. Hey, we're on a 43-year debt until 44, and we still love each other. Ain't no way. No money could ever cause me to my husband. But anyway, okay, so let's say he's gone, and it's a huge thing he's in. He can't just leave because he's got, hundreds of people under him, and he's in charge of this thing and all this stuff, so he can't just, leave. But what about me going to the bank by myself? It has to have his signature, right, to do an exchange?
No, only if you're doing the contract rate.
Okay.
And having to sign the NDA, your spouse. Other than that, no, they don't even have to know you're married. You just go in and exchange your money.
It's all in my name anyway. All the notes were bought in my name, so I guess I
See,
can do that.
I knew it was going to come out sooner or later. See there? I knew it.
No.
I'm joking.
Listen, he knows everything we've got. What's mine's his and what's his is mine. So it's not like that. But I don't want to go by myself, but I'm just trying to get prepared for all that. And so, okay, well, we'll see what happens today and hope that it does happen today. And if it doesn't happen today, we'll know it could happen any minute, and they could do a special publication. And it would be worth it.
Okay. Yep, it would be worth it.
Okay.
Thank you. You sounded like one of our members' favorite Holly just then. When you said that was
What?
yours was his is yours.
Oh, yeah. What? In other words, we have a joint account, and it doesn't matter who made the money. We just, pay the bills and live life. I like it like that.
All right. Okay.
Yep. Okay.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, thank you all. Have a blessed
You're
day.
welcome. Bye-bye.
All right, you too.
340, you are on. 340, area code. 340. Okay, 501, area code. You're on.
Hey, guys, thank you for giving me the opportunity to participate in your call. I am quite. Hello, I'm here. You're not hearing me?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
I hear you.
I have a friend who's a high executive with the Fed, and he tells me that there's 5 or 6 old Obama appointees that every time we see a window or a date, they throw a monkey wrench in it. So therefore, I think we're just peeing up a rope if we think we're going to. That's what Trump meant when he said going to drain the swamp. Apparently, I haven't been able to drain those people. But somebody up there, every time we see a window or a date, throws a monkey wrench in it. Now, can you address that, please?
Can I address the fact that a high government official who is telling you, at the Treasury, who is telling you that it's Obama appointees who are stopping this from happening every time?
That's right. That's correct, sir.
Okay. So, let me see. Since Trump has been in office, he's fired every Obama appointee that he wanted to. Why hasn't he fired these?
Because
they're the ones holding it back. I mean, he's the president. He's firing people every day, every week. He said, you're fired. Why hasn't he fired them if they've been holding this back for 2 years?
I'm not on the level to answer that. I don't know. All I'm doing is relaying a conversation I had with a high person in the Fed.
Okay, I know, but the thing to do is ask him that question. Because if he knows that, he knows who they are, then ask him, then why hasn't Trump just fired them? Because this is going to affect our entire economy, the global economy, and it's going to make Trump look great. So if there were 5 Democrats who worked for me, who kept messing up my plans, I mean, I'm firing the people I hired. Why wouldn't I fire the people Obama hired? So that just doesn't make sense to me.
Well, they were part of the deep state. I'm not sure everybody knows who they are.
Well, then how would he know there's 5 of them if he didn't know who they were?
I said 5 or 6.
They're the ones doing it. Yeah.
4, 5, 6.
But somebody has to know who they are, then.
That stuff is very seldom. Stuff is very seldom published. In fact, he said, "Don't mention my name. I don't want to get shot in the head." So that's where we are.
I know that,
sir,
okay.
Sir, let me say I think we're just trying to pee up a rope here, because regardless of what your attitude is or thought is, which I hope is right, I hope to hell I'm wrong. But notwithstanding that, somebody is throwing a monkey wrench into this thing every time we get close. Now, who is it?
Well, so far, it's somebody in the Treasury. Every time we get close, because they're the ones that control it.
That's what I said.
Well, I don't know who. Mnuchin runs the Treasury. He can fire anybody he wants. He gets the final say-so.
No, I hope so. I hope you're right. I hope you're right. I'm not.
Okay.
That's above my pay grade. I don't know those answers. All I'm doing is...
Well, he does run the Treasury. Okay? He runs the Treasury. He can hire and fire anybody he wants. And anybody he thinks is subverting things that he's trying to get accomplished, I'm sure he can fire them, in 30 minutes or less.
I hope you're right. I hope you're right. But something is throwing a monkey wrench in our whole revalue system. That's all See, I'm low. I'm not even on a pay grade, much less a high pay grade. I'm retired. I'm 75, 70. How old am I? 83 years old. So I'd like for this to happen.
All right.
I'd like for this to happen in my lifetime.
That's great.
Me too. Sure. But congratulations on being both 75 and 83. So,
well, hey, I'm not sitting.
All right, take care, sir.
I can't even think straight. That's the reason I don't have the answers to your question.
Okay.
But, I am 83, born in 35. Elvis Presley and I were born the same year. So,
okay. Thank you.
See, I still need an answer. When is this vicious circle going to end? Setting date.
I'm hoping it ends tonight. If it doesn't, I hope it ends on Sunday. So I'm just as ready as you are. Believe me. Again, you go through this when I do a phone call. I go through this 10, 12 times a day when everybody calls me. What is your favorite?
I don't call you because I don't have your number. So that's neat.
I'm talking about people with information telling me what's going on here, there, and everywhere else. But yes, everybody who calls me after the call wants to know what I said during the call too. But anyway, what's your favorite?
So, all right. Well, like I said, I hope I'm wrong. I hope you're right.
Okay.
All righty. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, sir. Have a good day.
All right. Have a good day, sir. Thanks. All right.
7. Let's see what's going on. 773. You should be coming on. There you are.
Marilyn, is that me?
Yes, it's you.
Hey, Ray and Tony, how you guys doing? I never got through before. I'm so glad to talk to y'all. I have one question.
Okay. Glad you made it.
Happy late birthday to both of you all.
Thank you.
My name is
Ray's birthday is next month. Yeah, Ray's birthday is next month.
Next month. Okay, I heard him say something about that last time. But
unless you're going back to 2018.
No.
Anyway.
Look, I have a question. Like, I know that they said that people wasn't going to be poor. What is the stipend that the regular people are going to get who don't know about this thing?
Who said they were going to get something?
Oh, I just heard it. I don't know. I was just wondering. So they don't get anything. The people who don't know about this don't get anything?
There are some people, as I said before, with prosperity packages who are going to receive, $1 million just out the blue. Actually, the bank is supposed to notify them, and they're supposed to receive $1 million. But that's not every person walking up and down the street.
Okay.
I mean, 99.9% of people aren't going to get anything. They don't even know about it. Nobody's just going to get money deposited or checks delivered. Well, we help the people we can help. We don't have to help all of them. I don't have to help anybody who I told about this and didn't do it. And I've been saying that for years. Not only I don't have to help them, but I'm not going to help them because I've told them about it for the last 10 years. I'm going to be helping perfect strangers, people who I don't even know, because I know they didn't have an opportunity to participate. That's who I'm going to help.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I want to say I love you guys. I listen to you all the time. I try to send some money, but something happened. It didn't work. But I'll keep on trying, okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate it.
Okay. Have a good one.
I love me too. Thank you.
You too.
Okay,
Ray. I love me too.
That's right. And
all right.
All right. Sorry about that.
Okay.
But anyway, 205 area code. You're on. 205 area code. Okay. 623 area code. You're on.
Good morning, gentlemen. Are you there?
Yes.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? So I have a question about I have a question about the Zim, like everybody else. The new denominations. are they in circulation in Zimbabwe?
They are in Zimbabwe, but like babies, there's none over here. They don't have them at the bank anywhere else. So I don't know what they're planning on exchanging. We don't have them.
Well, that's what I was wondering. Do you know what denominations were printed or that they have in circulation? You know, did they print $1 trillion note again?
No, I think they did 120s and 5s. I can't remember right off the top of my head, but I think they did lower denominations.
Well, that's what I just read, an article from Forbes that's a month old, but that's what I understood too. So I'm thinking that if we're going to do the Zim, it's got to be the Zim that we have in our pocket or drawer or whatever, because the new denominations that we can't buy and bring over here now anyhow have no 6 zeros to eliminate.
I agree with you. I said the bank is thinking one way and the committee is saying something else. So I don't know.
Well, that's just what I was thinking, and I wanted to get your confirmation because I never heard of any large notes being reprinted.
Nope, me either. I think they were all the lower denominations.
Well, in that case, I'm declaring that they're going to exchange the Zim.
Okay, then. All right. Let's do it.
All right. Yeah, I agree with you. Thank you very much, and have a nice day.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, sir.
870, you're on.
What's up, gentlemen? How y'all doing today?
All right.
All right, man.
Thank you, love, sir.
Super fantastic.
Guess what day it is, gentlemen? Guess what day it is?
Mike, hump day.
Yeah, it's my birthday.
I was going to say Wednesday. Oh, it's your birthday?
Yeah, it's my birthday. Yeah, I ain't got to play the birthday song. I already heard it, so. But I'm just going to call something right quick. Tony, you said something about Tier 1 and Tier 2 banks. What do you mean by that? Is it certain banks that we need to go to or what?
No, there's going to be some Tier 2 banks involved. But banks just have rankings, just like, I don't know, most everything else. Sports teams, automobiles, houses, communities, states. They just rank at certain levels based on their volume that they hold, their number of customers, and what they do. Good.
Well, see, I belong to Wells Fargo Bank. That's why I was asking that question. So I know when this thing comes. So I'm going to do like you said, buy more dung. But, when the time comes, I'm going to have to be stealth with wealth because I don't want too many folks knowing what I'm doing around here in Hope, Arkansas. But I'm going to do like you said, buy more dung until this thing pop off. So you gentlemen have a great day, and I'll see y'all later.
That's what I do. Just keep collecting. Every week they don't do it. Say, hey, it's another $500,000, another $1 million when you do. Thank you.
Nothing but a failure but a try, like you said.
That's right. Have a good day.
Thank you. You too.
All right, thank you. 301 area code, you're on.
Gentlemen, how y'all doing today?
Hey. All right, man.
How are you? Excellent. Doing well. Doing well.
Sorry, Ray.
I'm actually super fantastic.
All right. Okay.
I want to ask two good questions, or at least good to me. One is, how do I find this on Forex? Because I've gone in before, and every time I try to put in, VND or VNN, it doesn't show up unless I'm just not getting the right Forex website.
You can't find the Vietnamese dong on Forex.
No, and I must not have the right site because I just for some reason I can't find it.
I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Go up there, you go to the pairs, you put USD and put either VNN or put Vietnamese dong in, and it should come up.
Well, okay, so it's www.forex.com, correct?
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Where are you looking at? And what comes up when you do that?
It says Forex. It wants me to do an account. I do the whole thing. I put an account in there, and then when I put in, that at the side, I think it's to the right. I put that in. It says that they're not exchanging it, and it doesn't show anything. I don't get rates or anything. I don't get the flashing. I do get it for the other currencies, but I don't see it for dong or the other currencies that were of the three. I think I must just be going in the wrong page. I'm not sure.
Oh, because it's telling you to open an account. This is it. Go to currency calculator. Do currency calculator.
I'm writing this down. Okay.
Well, when it comes up, just stick it in.
All right. Cool. And then the other
currencycalculator.com, you can put the rate in there, and it'll pop right up.
Okay. Well, I would imagine the dong is still at 47 because that's where it was before. That kind of bleeds into my next question. You kind of gave a hypothetical as far as the dinar. With the dong, I think you said something about going up to 12 or even 14 with the dinar, but with the dong, is there I don't know, did you hear any kind of higher numbers as far as that? Because the highest I've heard was 225.
Well, from 47 to, I got 223, 225. That's the range that it should be in. Now, it was supposed to come out at 47, and the contract rate was supposed to be $2 or something. If it comes out between 47 and 2 something, then the contract rate will be $5.
Okay. And maybe this sounds like a stupid question, but as you said, no question is stupid unless you don't ask. All right. How do you do the contract rate? I just go in there and say, hey, look, I'm going to get $50 million and I want to do a contract rate, or how do you do that part?
Well, right now, that's how you do it. You set your appointment, you go in and say, what is the contract rate presently, and do I qualify for it? That's it.
So
and he's going to tell you yes or no, and he's going to, based on how much you have, he probably may ask you some questions. What's your plan? What are you going to do with that amount of money? And, you agree to it, and he'll be able to offer it to you. I don't have anything in black and white to say what their criteria is to offer it out. All we know is first it was just going to be anybody and everybody. And then they limited it, I think, to 20 million. And then they said they wanted to give it to people with the lower amounts, spread it out because they didn't want to create millionaires and billionaires off this contract. Yep.
Okay, so hypothetical day of, or maybe just even, maybe Lord willing, even this evening, we find out, they say yes, and then tomorrow I go up and I look, I see the rate on the Forex, and then I get the 800 number, I call them, they tell me where to go. The bank I've been working at is Chase anyway. They tell me which one to go to. I go to that bank, and then that's when once I make the appointment, when I sit down in front of the guy or gal, I say, I want the contract rate.
Yeah,
right?
I'm doing my exchange, and I would like to have the contract rate. Can't be demanding. Okay. I would like to have the contract rate. What is it? And they're going to tell you what the contract rate is, and then you're going to say, well, I heard it was $28.50, or I heard it was $5.25 based on this or that. And they might say, let me check, and then come back and say, okay, you're right, or this is the rate. This is the rate our bank is giving out as the contract rate. And you have to decide, do you want to do it or not?
Are there many stipulations with this contract rate as opposed to me going in and just getting whatever is on the Forex or waiting for it to go up?
I don't know anything except the NDA, and I don't know what the NDA contains at this time.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, gentlemen. Well, I'm looking for an excellent evening, and if not, I'm looking for a great weekend. And thank you guys for everything y'all do. And you have an excellent day.
All right. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you, sir. You too. Have a great day.
All right. All right.
407. You're on. 407.
I'm tired of waiting.
That's you. Yes. 407. All right. 214. You're on.
Hello.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. How are you guys today?
I'm super fantastic. How are you?
I'm super fantastic also. Okay. So I have a question. Let's say that the Zim is not going to go, but we do exchange everything else. Do you think it would be smart to purchase the 2016 Zim since they're going to come with a new currency?
I don't, because I don't think the value is going to change.
Oh,
at this point.
You don't think it's ever going to go past the 24 cents or 20 something cents?
Well,
it's valued
I don't
right
think
now.
the new currency now with the old currency, and it could. Remember, I told you guys the plan was to have it up to 72 cents within 18 months. So, if you're buying the new currency, though, all you're buying is 5s, 10s, and 20s. Not like you're buying 100 trillion notes, and they're going to take the 6s off, and you're going to get rich. Okay?
No, but at the value that it's at right now, at like 20-something cents, because it's only valued at $1 to $3.13, so that's like 20-something cents. So if they're going to go for a gold-backed currency, China's supposed to bring in that gold-backed currency by September. Do you think that the bonds, if they get rid of the bonds, that you'll be able to exchange all of that, or you would have to have that gold-backed currency to get the higher value?
Well, if they make it gold back, yes, then you'd have to have that currency for the new value, I would think.
Not the bonds
that
they have now.
I'm just, looking at, to make 50 cents, and that might be a lot, so it isn't worth it to me. I could be doing something else with my money to make real money instead of trying to make 50 cents off of,
on a dollar,
$3
50 cents,
or $5.
50 cents per dollar.
But in that same time frame where I'm hoping to make 50% on that dollar, well, you're making 50 cents on your dollar. I took that same dollar and I made $100 off of that dollar.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to do. Make sense?
I have to get a piece of paper and see.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm a visual
and it
person.
just looks, it depends on what type of investment you're looking for, I guess.
Right. And you're saying the IMF is anywhere from 10 to 25% possibly, or investment after the IMF. What is that rate?
I don't know what the IMF rate is.
Does
the IMF have its own rate for there? I said what they wanted to do with the ZIM was take the rate up to 72 cents. Right.
I'm talking about
for
the other exchanges. When we go in exchange and there's that IMF package to get.
No, you're talking about the other investments, not exchange.
Yes, not exchange.
The investment
with IMF. What was the rate on that, so I can kind of see, because that seems like the best deal going. And
it does, but we don't have the package or the exact information. It was explained to us they wanted to get trillions and let people put in but they will pay interest weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, and depends on how much you put in. 1% to 10% a week is a whole lot of money.
Right. Right. Yes.
So
and
those are the type of projects I would look at. Yeah.
Right. What about the treaty, Ray, that you were talking about? Did you find out any more information about the treaty and compensating?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Okay. All righty. I guess that's all I have right now. I can't think of anything else.
Okay.
No more
All right,
rate,
thank you.
no more nothing, right? Thanks. Bye.
For right now. All righty. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye. 512 area code. You're on.
Tony, I've got a question about the contract rate. I'm going to assume that the exchange center cannot do the contract rate. Is that right?
No, that's not right.
Oh, that's not right. Okay.
I don't know which exchange center you're going to.
Well, the best one.
Okay.
No, I figured that you would have to go to the wealth manager in order to get the contract rate.
And there could be some wealth managers at the exchange centers.
Say that again.
There could be wealth managers at the exchange centers.
Okay.
And that's why I said no, it's not blanket. If you go to one of the office buildings, a bank, it's still an exchange center. It's just one that has wealth managers in it. Another one has private bankers. The other one just has tellers.
Okay. Okay. So I do need to call the 800 number, and I do need to go to the exchange center. But if the exchange center says we don't know what you're talking about, then I need to go ahead and make an appointment with the wealth manager, right?
Yeah, suppose you go to the exchange center and it is a wealth manager.
Well, if I go to the exchange center and get an employee that that
doesn't know, yes.
That makes $10 an hour.
Here's what's going to happen. What should happen. You're going to call the 800 number. You're going to say, I got 100 million dinar, and I want the contract rate, and that's who they're going to set you up your appointment with.
Okay. So I ask that question whenever I make that call.
Yes. When you tell them what money you have, they're supposed to send you to the highest person right there, and I want the contract rate, so they'll know.
So the person that's on the telephone that's making $10 an hour, he says, what the heck is a contract rate?
Well, and he may say that. So he'll put you to my base on your amount. But don't worry about that guy. He's just making phone calls. He's not making decisions.
Right.
If you get to the bank and they don't, then I need to talk to somebody else. Because I know there's contract rates. I know what the rate is. And I know you guys are supposed to be paying off. We just don't know what the criteria is yet since they changed.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So that's one of the questions that I asked the 800 number. If he can't give me an answer, then I asked to maybe talk to somebody higher than him.
Yeah, when you go to your appointment. Because he's going to give it to you based on the volume of money that you have. That guy is supposed to be able to offer you everything.
Okay. Fair enough. So in reality, it might be better to go to the exchange center than trying to make an appointment with the wealth manager.
Well, again, if you dial the 800 number, they will send you where you should go.
Right. Okay.
They're not going to send you to somebody who can't handle your amount of money. They know exactly who's authorized for that amount of money. That's where they're going to send you.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, thank you a bunch.
All right. Thank you, sir.
All right, sir. Thanks. 951 area code. You're on.
Good afternoon. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. Hey, Tony, you had mentioned that that guy was supposed to call you back in a couple hours. Obviously, it's been only like an hour and 20 minutes. Will you go ahead and blast that out, do you think, or will you just wait till Friday?
I don't know. It depends on what he says.
Okay.
So,
And then my other answer, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm going to say while we're talking, I mean, the bank texts me and they're still saying that it should go this week. So today's Wednesday. Somewhere between now and Sunday is what they're being told.
Okay. Sounds good. That sounds great. And then also, Denny in Dallas had the question I had about the rates and stuff. So I'm good to go. Hopefully it'll happen in the next couple of days. But I do appreciate the information, Tony, okay?
All right. Thank you, sir.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye now. Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
281 area code. You're on.
Well, hello, Mr. Tony and Mr. Ray. How you guys doing?
Hey there.
Hello. I'm doing fine.
Can
How
y'all
you
hear
doing?
me? I'm fine.
We're just ignoring you.
I'm going to walk down the hall because I'm in the office today and I need to speak louder so you guys can hear me. So I'm walking as I talk. But, man, this has been a good call. But you guys had some callers today. I would really say I commend you guys for your patience. But I guess my question is on the 1-800 numbers. I just had a question, and I know the King have always told us don't bring in information from other people, but I was just curious. We did hear that the 1-800 number process could possibly be automated, and I just wanted to know if your sources have mentioned anything to that sort about the process of the 1-800 number process.
Yeah, that's a strike.
I know there. Oh.
Go ahead,
What did
Tony.
you say, Ray?
I was just letting her know that's a strike.
I already know. I know. See, the thing about the King, he tells us to wear our padding. So I wore my padding for this one, so when I get a spanking, it won't hurt. But I just had to ask.
Okay.
Well, y'all be talking about some weird stuff over on open mic. But anyway.
I know you wouldn't understand. We'll just go with me for a minute.
Yeah. I do not think it's going to be automated. I never have. And during their training, it certainly was not automated. They've given them, first it was 15 minutes. I mean 2 minutes, to do the 800 call, ask you the questions, key in the information, make a decision, boom, and go through there.
Right.
And that was for human interaction. I've never, ever heard of that being an automated call.
Yeah. Well, I just thought this late in the game, and with it being so close from what we're hearing, I wanted to ask that question because I think that there could be more questions that would be coming up from those of us that's going to go into exchange on some things that we would normally ask the live person versus what we couldn't ask. You know what I'm saying? Like if they were going to ask us how much we had and all of that, and that's why I asked that question. What do you do in that case? So would they have some type of referral number that you can call to ask questions, to people if you had questions that you couldn't ask in the automated system?
Right.
So,
I don't know because I never heard of them having an automated system. Wouldn't make sense to me, but a lot of things don't make sense to me.
Right.
All right.
Okay. Well, all right. That was my question. Thank you, sir.
All right.
I appreciate it, and you guys have a good
great day.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, sir. Let's wrap it up. Hump Day Wednesday.
All right, guys. We're still here, but I don't think for long. We still have the rest of the day. We have the rest of the week. Things are moving positively. Again, the rates are locked in. We know they already did the authorization code 2 weeks ago. It was done, good for a month. People are somewhat excited. I am waiting to get another phone call back from Iraq to see where we're at. So yes, with something I can update, I absolutely will. Everybody else is still feeling good about between today and Sunday. So we'll see what happens. I'm still looking for the Gazette. I will ask again, does it have to be in the Gazette? And we'll see what happens. All right, enjoy the rest of your day. I'm going to enjoy mine. Ray, it's all you.
All right. Well, it's Hump Day Wednesday. And we're halfway through this week. We'll see what happens the rest of the week. Anything new developed, we'll let you know. So keep believing. We sure do.